Good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
And I'm Lauren.
Putting on shoes, taking off your socks, and checking in with our bar exercises here as we have our bars mounted on the wall. At home, you might need a chair or a balance aid of your choice. Kitchen counters work probably just as well. And maybe even a friend off to the side
that's sweet.
to do your little stretch plies. So here we'll go, starting with the basics, improving our skills at the bar. And again, we do this to look forward to our ballet training with our instructor and to complement those strong kettlebell skills that we like to work on as well. So we advocate that you have fun in your practice, practice strength and practice grace, and follow along with us here today. We'll start with our feet. So Lauren's going to do that quarter turn so you can check out her feet nice and controlled, like pull a heel off the floor. What that means is that this left leg of mine will be pushing forward as I'll be pulling my heel up off the floor. From there, we'll go to the toe point and the flexion over the toes from there. Then back to the toe point, that demi point of the lunge foot, and then the hip extension pushing forward to let the heel come down. Repeat on the other side. Pull that energy away from the floor to the demi point, and then flex over the toes. Back to the point, demi, extension of the hips forward. Twos in each position here. We'll repeat on the right leg, the demi, the point, the flex over, the point, the demi, hip extension to drive the heel down. We're making sure we're avoiding that sickled ankle down low. Track center, slurp into that straw, catching up with us, we're flexing over toes, and then back through the foot, extending the hip. Pivot on those heels to your first position and repeat. Pull the energy away from the floor, point the toe, flex over. It's tempting to look down. Try to look straight ahead, that our hips stay extended, nice and tall throughout. Other side, pull away, point, flex over, and then return to the floor in the pursuit to get taller every time. Last one, pull away, point, flex over, back through the foot, taller yet again, and then pull the last one to point and flex, point the demi down. From there, open up to your second position and transfer weight to one side. Currently, I'm standing on my left. With a straight leg, level hips through the floor, articulate through the toe strength and back to that demi point foot. Then point and down and point and down. And for up to 8 here, feel that burn in the calf or the arch. Continue to work from the foot, making sure the hip stays stable. Pull the hip down and switch to the other side. On that demi point, ball of foot, stiff knee. I'm glad Lawrence can't see that one because it does always want to bend on me. So keep those knees nice and stiff. Approaching 8 repetitions of this version of our foot warm-up. Last repetition, pull down, assemble together, and wiggles. Wiggle that out too. From here, let's grab our stance on our bar and working on some gentle plies from a parallel first and then second position. Facing the bar or with the bar at your side, feet in parallel, press those knees over the toes. As you can see, Lauren's hips stay right over top of the feet. Extend the hips forward. Repeat one more time, knees over toes, and extend. Then from here, let's find a toe balance. So on 2 feet, slurp together in that straw again, pull up the kneecaps, push your hips through, bring your rib cage down, go through that checklist, and then slowly return to the floor. From there, we'll pivot to that first position, and the same thing. Let's pull the heels together to descend in our plie and press away to tall. One more time, we'll pull in, push to tall, and then from here, let's find that next balance. Those ankle bones down low, push forward, the kneecaps pull up. The hips are forward, the ribs are down, and with control, nice and slow to the ground. Open up to that second position and repeat, pulling heels together to descend, push away to tall. Return low, push tall, and then again, find that balance with the assistance of the bar or without. Maybe look around if that's an easy challenge for you, finding new ways to add simple modifications, and then control down, tendu in, and then shake it out. Let's step away from our bar for a second, just have a little of a loosey-goosey vibe for those hips. On a single leg, pull up towards that retire or knee position, and then open to the side. Now stability on the standing leg, mobility on the elevated leg, internally rotate and go back and forth of this internal and external rotation at the hip. Couple more in here. Cramp that standing leg, nice and tall, heavy feet rooted down, and for 1 or 2 more repetitions, finish with the foot connected to the knee, pull to center, and press down. Switch to the other side. Pull up in the front, open out to that second or side position, and then from here, the ankle leaves, knee comes across the body, foot stays under the hip, knees away, and nice and control. This side is a little bit more challenging. I prefer to stand on this leg and gesture with my other, but again, work on stability and mobility for those hips for 1 or 2 more repetitions as we open, close, open, close, open, foot returns to the leg, and then press down. Let's go back to the bar and incorporate 1 more set of pliés. This time, we'll start in our first position, opening up. Integrate that arm if we need and can, and from here, we'll pull ourselves low, and that arm could come back from that second to the first position, and then extend nice and tall. From here, the arm goes out front, and then as we stretch and open, the arm could return to the side. Repeat as we pull ourselves low. This time, we'll try that toe balance down low. Hold for a second, and then heels down, arm forward, open to the side. And again, from that first position, try our next toe balance here. Holding up on our toe balance for a couple moments there. 3, 2, return to the floor. Fondues out to that second position, and repeat. If the arm's out to the side, as we descend in that plié, it comes down to first. And then we stand up tall. Then out to the front, and as we stretch, it opens to the side. And for our third one, we'll pull as safe low as we can go and continue to pull up those heels if we can. And then place the heels down, open to the side. And again, another balance for 4, 3, 2, control down. Fondues in, bring it together, and let's get to the floor for the core.
Excellent.
Starting with your head neck in a light extension, looking up at the ceiling. Pull the crown high, candy cane or flex through that spine and rib cage as we pull the ribs to the hips. Keep the hips stacked over the feet as we encourage that forward folding shape. Down here, we'll take our big breath in and out. And repeat 1 last time. Breath in and out. From there, walk out to your high planks position. Modify with those knees if we need to. And from your plank position, tuck under the hips in a posterior tip, and then pull the hands and the feet together for 10 seconds. In those 10 seconds, you're making this a high intensity plank with your bum squeeze, core brace, and hands pulling the feet, feet pulling the hands. And then reset knees on the floor. And breathe. Take a second, about 10 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and repeat 1 last time in that high intensity plank. From the knees or from the toes, tuck under the hips, pull the hands and the knees together here, squeezing your bum, bracing your core, shaking just a little bit for 3, 2, stay there, relax your tension, and then walk hands to feet or feet to hands as we come up, fold, stack, and then reset in the middle. From the core on the floor to the port de bras here in our first position. Arms down low. We'll start from the low position here to parallel with the chest. Then looking at the hand, opening to the side, and then returning through that gateway to brava or first. Then look out to the front, open to the side, nice and control down. Repeat. This time, go towards the front, and then perhaps the overhead, and then out to the side, looking at the hand. The chin might connect to that sternum or clavicle first, center, and then 1 more time, tracing with the eyes up, opening to the side, nice and control to center, finish down low. Wiggle it. Return to the bar, and this time, those tendus, that nice foot articulation along the floor that will lead us into the dégagés coming up after. From your stance, from parallel, pivot on the heels to first. And then, where can that foot get out front with a straight leg? Straight leg out front, pull it under. Return that same leg to the front, full foot first, then point those toes getting a little bit further. Then pull back underneath. Repeat to the front one last time through the full foot, check. The ball of point, check. And then those tippy toe points there next, and then pull underneath. Let's repeat to the side. Out to the side with our full foot and under. Full foot out to the side, followed by that demi-point raise, and then under. And then this time, full foot to the demi-point, finish with the point, and pull underneath of the hip. Repeat to the back. As a word of caution, it will be most likely small. To the back. If the heel clears the heel with a flat foot, that's probably great. Then pull it under. Then to the back with a flat foot, and then finish with that demi. Straighten the knee, Ian, that's a cue for me. And then pull underneath the hip. Repeat one last time to the back, the full foot, that demi, finish with the point, nice and tight to the body out the back, and then pull that foot underneath. Add a little wiggle, do your soutenu to turn around, or little jeté across the floor here as we switch sides. Same thing, it's a flat foot underneath the hip, a demi point underneath the hip, a toe point underneath the hip. Let's repeat. From our first position, flat foot, cramp up those legs, straight, and under. Then a straight leg, demi point next, pull underneath the hip. And then that flat to demi to point, pulling underneath. Repeat to the side. A flat foot first, underneath. Flat foot to the demi point, reaching through the demis, and then underneath. And flat, demi, finish with that toe point, and pull underneath. To the back, probably pretty small. If again, that flat foot clears the foot in the standing leg, pretty darn good if we can get there, under. Then through the flat foot, trace center, finish with that demi point. Pull underneath. One last time, full demi point, straight out the back, pulling through the foot to return underneath. Add that wiggle. We're gonna switch sides. Maybe some little pas de chat in there, or a little, ooh, I like that too. And then here we go, shaking it out. Wiggle it out.
I should have cracked.
From here, I like to do the same tendu exercise, but go to the front for 4, side 4, back 4, side 4, in. So front, side, back, side, in. From first, flat foot, reach, pull under 1, 2, 3 more. Flat foot and under. Then we're going to that demi point, under, and then again the point and under. Repeat to the side, point and under, point and under. Feel that articulation of the feet. 3 repetitions, 1 more, and under. To the back, under. Repeat to the back, keeping that hip facing forward. 2 more repetitions to the back. Last one, and under. And side and under, side and under, and repeat one last time. And then from here, let's just find another balance. With a balance aid at your side or not, hold that first position balance, arms down low or arms overhead, control down, and reset. Soutenu yourself around, switch across the room, and repeat on the other side. Thank you for those cues, Lauren. I was kind of missing up my cues there, so I'm glad Lauren was here to keep me on track. From parallel to first, gorgeously positioned arm there, Lauren. And we're going to the front, full foot articulation, front, under. That's 2. 2 more repetitions, stiff knees. That's a cue for everyone, including myself. Front. Now for the side. 1, under, 2, under, growing taller on that stationary or stable leg. And then 4 to the back. Trace that midline. 1 and 2. Keep those hips forward. 3, One more time to the back, and then to the side, one more go. 1, and under. 2.
What?
And
You didn't
under.
do 4 to the back. You did
Didn't
3.
I?
No.
Okay, I can't keep track.
2,
I'm sorry. One
and
more
1.
maybe. There's our last one, and under. Again, thank goodness Lauren's here to keep us on track, or at least call us out if we do miss it. The second way we like to get to the floor in this practice is more along the lines of that telescope or the port-de-bras forward fold. The hips stay stationary. Lead with your face first, extending through the spine. Then the low back rounds, upper back rounds at the very end. And while we're down here, keep your hips stacked over the feet as much as we can. Take 2 breaths in and out. One more time, relax that head and neck maybe. 1 breath in and out. Then from here, we'll walk out and we'll try a hybrid plank here. Get on all fours to start. On all fours, we screw those hands in. We tuck under the tailbone just that little bit and then extend one leg to the back. With one leg straight, hugging center, pull those hands to the knee on the ground to create tension. And for 10 seconds, continue to push that toe on the back leg down into the floor. And I'm shaking. What about you, Lauren? 3, 2, and then under. Like so many things in the ballet, they make it look easy. Find a way to make this intense on the core for our stability. Repeat the leg to the back. Straight leg out the back.
Other side.
Other side. Pull those hands and knees together. And for 10 seconds, whether it's the lunging foot or the tip of your big toe, pull it into the floor. Create nice shaking strength here for 3, 2, and then return the knees underneath. Take a moment off. Repeat one more time on the other side. 1 and 1 last time. Out to the back. Pull hands to knees on the floor, and then press that long leg in the back through the toe into the floor. Hold for 3, 2, pull underneath. Making those simple things challenging. Let's do it in the name of the ballet.
I've already started.
Press down, 9, 8, 7. We're pulling those hands to the knee on the ground and pressing the toe in the ground out the back. And relax. From here, tip your tailbone to the ceiling and that anterior tip, and then press your hips to the ceiling. Straighten the knees as allowed. And again, based on space, hands to feet, feet to hands. Folding up. And nice and stack. From there, let's get our feet to our second position. So pivot from parallel to first, tendu to second, and down. Arms in the front, and repeating the port-de-bras series. Starting, tracing to parallel with the floor, and opening up and down. Chin to clavicle, sternum through center to the front. Front, open to the side, nice and controlled down. Same idea towards the overhead this time, so through the front to the overhead and open and down. And the shoulder blades here are sitting flush with the ribs. Those armpits are staying low, avoiding the shrugged or elevated shoulders, and then returning to center. And the wiggles. From here, the leg bar or the rond de jambe from parallel or in first. I'll be doing it from our parallel position. Using your point, straight leg towards across the body. Then we use that external rotation in the hip to open to the side. Then an internal rotation in the hip to bring that leg around the back, flexing over toes and pulling it underneath. Repeat to the back. Extension in the hip, trace that midline to the back. Then keeping the hips forward, turn out of that hip to that side second, back to the front, and then in. Repeat one more time. Same leg to the front. Using that external rotation, inseams forward as the leg approaches second position, and then turn in on the hip, rotate around, tracing center, flexing over toes, and underneath. Final time to the back, extend the hip to the back with a straight knee. That's a cue for me. Then open up to that second position, and then to the front and underneath. Switching out, soutanuing, or how you doing?
Nice.
How you doing? And then we're going over the other side. Lauren's in her first, I'll be in my parallel, and again, to the front. Utilizing that external rotation, we'll take that leg to the side. The internal rotation, hiding the inseam, utilizes the hip to bring it to the back. And then flex over toes and under. To the back next. Stiff knees, tracing center, turn out of that hip, inseams forward, and then leg from second to the front, and then underneath. Repeat one last time as we go to the front. That rotation in the hip takes us out to the side, turning in towards the back, and then underneath with control. We're going to shake it out. We're going to do that one more time, but this time
To the
off
back,
the floor.
to the front, under.
Didn't we do that?
No, he did it front to back. He didn't finish
I got excited to do it off the floor, so that's where I'm going here. So again, from the same position, from parallel for me, to the front on the floor. And keep the leg at 45 degrees or lower, but off the floor, externally rotate in the hip, bringing the leg to the side. Internally rotate in the hip, bringing the leg to the back. Still off the floor with that pointed toe, and then tap down and bring the leg through. Repeat to the back. Extension of the hip to the back. Off the floor by a little bit. That external rotation in the hip, bring the leg to the side, and from the side to the front, and the front tap and under. Repeat one more time. We did twos. To the front. Slightly off the floor, opening in that hip, the external rotation to the side, the internal rotation as you reach around the back. Take away that daylight. I'm checking the camera to take away that daylight underneath and flex over the toes under. Then to the back. Point the toe. Lift off a little bit. That external rotation in the hip that takes us to the side, and then the side to the front. Tap, and then pull the hip forward as the leg goes back. Switching to the other side. We'd like to do two of these, Lauren, so don't let me rush here, okay?
Well, let's go then. We got.
So from parallel or first to the front, off the floor a little bit. Open to the side. Rotate on that hip as we turn around. Tap down, flex over toes and underneath. Return to the back. Hip extension, off the floor, open up out of that hip. Slower is harder, nice and control, go down and under. And the last one to the front, slightly off the floor, open out to the side, shoot energy out of those toes, reach to those back corners, hug center, flex over toes and under, and again to the back, off the ground, opening in through that hip, from the side to the front, to the tendu, and down. It'll be our last plank effort for the day. Let's take our time getting to the floor. This time, using our fold. Start with your head and neck up a little bit, and then the chin tucks and the crown goes high. Flex through the spine, pull your belly button in to make space, squeeze your buttocks to stand tall, and flex forward. At your safety, blow, take your breath in and out. And one more time, let that head and neck relax. I just feel my mic in the way a little bit. Breath in, and then exhale. Then from here, the last high plank of the day, from the 4 points or from the 2 feet, create tension for 10, 9, squeezing your bum, bracing your core, pulling those hands towards the feet for 3 more seconds, and then relax with the knees on the floor. Take a breath off, reset the grips as you need, and for the final plank of the day, make it the most intense. Squeeze your bum, brace your core, take your breath, find that strength, grip the floor with the toes and the hands, and then relax your tension, walk hands to feet or feet to hands, and then fold to stacked back tall. Whew. And there we go.
Nice.
One last time for the port de bras series for the arms and shoulders. Open up to that first or second position if you wish. Arms down low. Return to the parallel position. And now one arm high and one arm low. Return to parallel, arms at the floor. Then switch. And return. Continue. This time open to the side. Continue those arms around to switch. And then again, through that gateway in the center, nice and control, then out to the side, and around and switch.
Did you do a different direction?
And one more time here towards overhead.
Did you switch your overhead arm?
I don't know. I probably didn't. Lots to think about, lots to think about here. Working on those coordinating patterns as we go open to the side and overhead. Let's just shake that out. I want to continue those works on those hips. Let's do a quick exercise in the center, a little bit of a quick one here, working on those dégagés again. So from your first position,
like a dégagé,
with your balance aid on the side, we'll go out to the side off the floor and then in real quick. Out to the side and in real quick. Okay? Pause, Lauren.
Oh, I thought that's what you said to do.
And then 8. And then 4 and 4 and 2 and 2. And then
practicing.
One last time, climbing back up, 2s, 4s, and 8s. Ready to go?
8, 4, 2.
8, 4, 2. Going on the and.
8, 4, 2, 4, 8.
8, 4, 2, 2, 4, 8.
2, 4, 8. Okay.
You got it. Okay.
Double twos.
3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. 2. Pause, 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 pause. 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Add 3 more there. And then 8, 7, 6, 5. 2. Oh my goodness.
Whew.
Hard on the brain and hard on the body there today. Add that little wiggle. Continue in the center if you wish, or grab that bar as we work on some single leg movements here. We like to call them our Jane Fondues. We'll crush on Jane Fonda at any age here, and here's our Jane Fondue. Pull up a single leg to the low or coup de pied position, knee towards over toe, and then stand up nice and tall. As we do that same movement, extend the leg out front. Lauren might run out of room here. I'm not sure the proximity that she has to the bar. So as we descend in the squat, plie here, straighten the front leg, and then return underneath. Yep. And then tall. Return as we go out to the front or down in the squat, the leg goes out, and then we stand up, assembling back together. 2 more repetitions. As we go out low, that one leg extends and brings in. And the final repetition here, as we go low, the leg extends and pull in. Let's switch legs and repeat. Pull up to that low position. First repetition, just underneath and extend. Ooh, little balance here. Then same thing, and we straighten, and then bring it in as we stand up. As we descend, that leg straightens out and pull in. And for our 4th repetition on this leg, out and in and down. Let's repeat the same movement to the side.
Ooh.
Pull up in the front, and then open to that side position. For the first repetition, keep the foot underneath the hip as we descend in that plie squat and extend. For the 3 next reps, as we go out to the side, we get low on the standing leg and then return in. Repeat. Out to the side, toe points included, and under. And one last time, point, assemble, knee to the front, and close. Repeat on the other side, knee to that second or side position. Pull up, open to the side. First repetition, foot stays underneath the hip as we descend in that squat plie and stand. Then as we descend next, the leg would straighten out, tap down if you need, and pull under. Repeat 2 more repetitions. This hip flexor here helps us get lower on the other side. And one last time, point to tall, close, and under. One more balance drill, progressing from that Jane Fondue. Return to the low position. The knee will stay in the foot will stay in the same position throughout this drill as we approach our balances. Knee over toe, stretch, toe balance, return to the floor. 3 more on this side. Knee over toe, extend the hip, find our toe balance, and down. 2 more repetitions. That slow cadence is harder, so let's go nice and slow. particularly as you try to find that rise and reset. And fourth repetition here, knees over toes, extend the hips through, find our toe balance, and reset. To the floor, little shake, wiggle, repeat on the other side. Pull up that cootie pay position, knee over toe on the single leg squat, extend the hip, and find the balance. Reset. Knee over toe, hip flexion on that elevated leg helps us get lower as I'm hanging on desperately for the balance. Extend, find the toe raise and reset. And knee over toe for our third one. Extend through, toe balance again. And one last time, that knee over toe, hold your low position a second longer maybe, and then extend, and with control, find the balance and reset. And then wiggle. We have one more move for the day. It's the least favorite part of the workout for, I think, Lauren. It's the slow adage stuff. It's those time under tension holds. Ready to go?
Yeah.
To the front, to the side.
I know it's necessary.
You know it's good.
Let's
It gets those hip flexors going. So with the bar at your side, pull up.
Are we in parallel?
In parallel. In parallel. So from your parallel position, pull up to that cootie pay position and continue towards the knee or retire if allowed. Keeping the knee at the same height, nice and control. Let's extend that leg, hold for 3 more seconds. Flex the knee with control back. Open to the side and repeat. The knee stays at the same height as we extend and point through the toe, hips forward, leg to the side for 1 more second. Control in and close. Could there be more room where you could flex that hip 1 more degree, and then the same effort to the front for 4, 3, 2, pull under, open to the side, and again, the knee stays at the same height as we open and hold our balance, test the balance with or without the aid, and then pull in, close center, and press down. Ooh, wiggle it, shake it, work on those PK turns.
I had a dream last night about PK turns.
I know, I miss our PK turns. Okay, from here, parallel position first, flexing the knee and the hip to the front. Extend the hip on the standing leg. It helps so much as we can then extend that leg out to the front and hold for 3, 2, slow and control underneath. Then open to the side, extend those hips forward as you reach that leg out to the side. Balance aid as we need. Hold for 3, 2, 1, in. Then back to the front. There might be room to flex that hip or bring the knee closer to the chest. And then from there, we'll unfold that leg and extend. And with control to return under. And the last time to the side, nice and control. Breathe, hold, pull underneath, return to center, and press down. Give those hips the little wiggle that they need, high tension, relaxation, hit that reset button, and thank you for keeping us accountable to our rep structures and our fronts and backs, and thank you for joining us here
this
today.
weekend.
Yeah, we need to go back to those
Basics.
literal literacy and numeracy basics. So thank you very much again for joining. This is live on Thursday mornings at 8:15, and throughout the week, we have kettlebells, body weight, in addition to our bar practice here. Train smart, stay strong, and see you at the bar soon. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Have a great day and take care.
Take care. Goodbye.